من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. In the previous 4 lectures on universe, Qur'an and science, we have discussed comparative information of the Qur'an and science on first 15 aspects of the universe as given in the list displayed on the screen. Today, we will discuss on the next 3 aspects of the universe, which are number 1, landing of water, iron and matter from the heaven. Number 2, hydrologic cycle, means water cycle. Number 3, significance of water for life. So, dear friends, science tells us that the earth grew by accretion. What is accretion? Layer by layer, 1 layer, 2 layer, and so on. Likewise, iron landed on the earth 10 million years after its initial formation of the earth. Since interior of earth was hot to melt the iron and some other metals called siderophile metals, they sank deep in the earth because of their higher density and thus became the earth's inner core. To have a look on the placing of inner core, please have a look on the screen. Iron is characterized with some formidable physical characteristics. It has a density of 7.87 grams per cubic meter that makes it nearly 8 times denser than water. Its melting point is as high as 1538 centigrade. But to reach evaporation and gasification point, temperature needs to reach 2861 C, whereas temperature in the sun was not adequate for the formation of iron. Thus, generically, it did not belong to the solar system, rather it came from other outer space bodies. Iron is produced in much bigger stars where temperature exceeds 100 million degrees, while temperature in the core of the sun is nearing 20 million degrees. Comparison: big stars have temperature exceeding 100 million degrees, whereas sun is having nearly 20 million degrees. When the quantity of iron exceeds beyond a bearable capacity of a star, bigger stars, it explodes into a supernova. Its iron is released into space to become part of other cosmic bodies. So, dear friends, these are the discoveries made by science at the end of 20th century. Keep in mind, Michael Denton, a known microbiologist, besides his views on the origin of iron, as we mentioned, also gives details on its importance for sustainability of life on the earth in his book Nature's Destiny. Book's name is Nature's Destiny. In his view, it were the iron atoms drawn by gravity to the center of primal earth that generated necessary heat, which caused outgassing of early atmosphere and formation of hydrosphere. Molten iron and nickel, 2 things, iron and nickel. Molten iron and nickel spinning in the outer core of the earth, generally called dynamo effect, generated Earth's magnetic field, which in turn created the Van Allen radiation belts as shown on the screen. These Van Allen radiation belts shield the Earth's surface from destructive, high energy penetrating cosmetic radiation and preserves the crucial ozone layers. Now think. Now, knowing all these facts, just think about the significance of iron given in the Qur'an. Without the iron atoms, there would have been no carbon-based life in the cosmos, in the universe. No heating of the primitive earth, no atmosphere or hydrosphere, no protective magnetic field, no Van Allen radiation belts or magnetosphere, no ozone layer, no metal to make hemoglobin in human bloods, no metal to tame the reactivity of oxygen, and no oxidative metabolism. Just imagine. According to Michael Denton, life-iron interdependence not only acknowledges intimate relationship between the red color of blood and the dying of some distant gigantic star or red star or supernova that gifted iron to the earth, but it also highlights significance of metals to biology and biocentricity of the cosmos. Wonderful. Above all, it provided the source for magnetic field that built the Van Allen radiation belts or magnetosphere, a protective ceiling against the destructive monsters of the cosmos like the sunbursts, which has destructive potential equivalent to 100 billion atomic bombs similar to the one dropped on Hiroshima, as we discussed in lecture 171. Like Michael Denton, another scholar, Dr. Hugh Ross, also supports extreme necessity of Van Allen belts as protective shield of the earth. To him, the large nickel iron core of the earth generates large magnetic field that produces the Van Allen radiation shield, which protects the earth from radiation bombardment. Had this shield not present, life would not have been possible on the earth. In fact, it witnesses the unity in diversity, reminding us that every element of the universe is subjected to the single divine order. So, dear friends, with this perspective of the scientific discoveries on the lateral landing of the iron, its essentiality for the existence of the earth and its utility for the sustainability of life, now imagine the divinity of the Qur'an, which revealed these facts quite precisely about 1500 years ago. In this context, I will quote two verses, one from Surah Al-Hadid that refers to landing of the iron at some later stage after creation of the earth and extraordinary benefits of the iron. Second verse is from Surah Al-Anbiya, which refers to the atmospheric layers as the protective ceiling of the earth. If we think on the meanings of these two verses together, we find the prime benefit of iron by its role in generating the geomagnetic field that built the Van Allen radiation belts or magnetosphere as a protective ceiling for tiny earth against the destructive monsters of the cosmos. Ayat 25 of Surah Al-Hadid says, listen. وَأَنزَلْنَا الْحَدِيدَ فِيهِ بَأْسٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ. We also sent iron with its mighty strength and many uses for mankind. Now note the words of Ayat 32 of Surah Al-Anbiya, which says, وَجَعَلْنَا السَّمَاءَ سَقْفًا مَحْفُوظًا وَهُمْ أَنْ آيَاتِهَا مُورِدُونَ. Translation is, and we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its sign are turning away. They are ignoring. Dear friends, like the iron, other forms of matter, including water, also have been landing on the earth at later stages. The divine order has established a protective shield based on ozone layer and magnetosphere, also known as Van Allen belts, to ensure that all harmful contents have been effectively filtered before entrance of any matter in the earth, as we noticed in the verses we just quoted. Moreover, the earth sustains predominantly. It is another factor. It is another wonder of the nature. The earth sustains predominantly on the elements that dominate the solar system to which it belongs, the earth belongs. 98% of mass of the sun was comprised of three gases: hydrogen, helium, and lithium. Balance, compatibility, and sustainability of the earth is based on recycling of various elements of the matter between the earth and the mother solar system. Photosynthesis, carbon cycle, and hydrologic cycle are good examples of recycling system of the nature, as discussed in lecture 171. Said recycling system is revealed in several verses of the Qur'an. Some of them are shown on the screen. However, for clarity of discussion, I will share only two of them. Ayat 5 of Surah As-Sajda indicates this fact as, listen, يُدَبِّرُ الْأَمْرَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ ثُمَّ يَعْرُجُ إِلَيْهِ فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا تَعُدُّونَ. Translation is, He arranges each matter from the heaven to the earth, then it will ascend to Him in a day, the extent of which is 1,000 years of those which you account for. Ayat 4 of Surah Al-Hadid says, يَعْلَمُ مَا يَلِجُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَمَا يَخْرُجُ مِنْهَا وَمَا يُنَزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ وَمَا يَعْرُجُ فِيهَا. He knows what penetrates into the earth and what emerges from it, and what descends from the heaven and what ascends therein. So, dear friends, to understand divinely recycling system, we need to know the chemistry of life. What is chemistry of life? Science has witnessed that all organisms are made of matter comprising of a set of elements. 96% of these elements are hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen. 4. and 3.7% are calcium, phosphorus, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. Different combinations of them, different combinations of them form compounds like the water, which is basis of life. Matter can exist in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Smallest unit of an element is an atom, which is composed of an atomic nucleus and one or more electrons moving around the nucleus. A nucleus comprises of at least one protons and a number of neutrons. Neutrons are electrically neutral, while protons have a positive electric charge and electrons have negative charge. These are points to understand. Atom having equal number of protons and electrons will be electrically neutral because they cancel. Positive charge will cancel out the negative charge because both are of equal numbers. Atom of an element has a unique number of protons, which is known as its atomic number, and the sum of protons and neutrons of an atom is called its mass number. Mass, M-A-S-S, mass number. Thus, electrons, protons, and neutrons together constitute atoms, which combine to become an element. First of all, proton, neutron, electron, they make atom. Then atoms joining together make specific element which have the number of protons and same number of neutrons. But if they differ in the number of neutrons, it exists as isotope of the element. Now focus your attention. The combination of the elements form the compound like the matter. First is atom, then elements, then combinations of the elements form compounds like the matter, thus they become building blocks of each and everything which is created and exists in the universe. It may be water or a star or an ant. Just imagine. Base is the unique, same. This is the wonder of the nature. So, dear friends, as we mentioned earlier, photosynthesis, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, and hydrologic cycle are good examples of recycling system. In this context, let us focus on the origin of water. Previously, we were discussing iron. Now, we have taken up water. On the origin of water, its composition and its recycling, generally called hydrologic cycle or water cycle. Almost 70% surface of the earth consists of water, 70%, and 30% are continents and mountains. Importantly, it is Earth's right distance. This is Earth, this is Sun. Earth's right distance from the Sun, and second is its atmospheric protective shield, which keep the temperature suitable for liquid water to flow, ensuring sustainability of life on the earth. Two things: distance between the earth and the sun and atmospheric protective shield. These two things ensure appropriate temperature for life on the earth. Despite centrality of water for life, science has failed to reach a consensus on its original source so far. However, it is indisputably, without any dispute, they agreed that its existence on the earth, water's existence on the earth, was not possible at the time of its creation due to extraordinary high temperature of the solar system. Thus, its landing on the earth is obliged to some subsequent incidents. After a long drawn debate, science has found some credible evidence on the origin of water in its recent discoveries. The new research published in Journal of Geophysical Research Planets in 2018, just imagine, 4 years back, suggests that Earth's water came from rocky material named as asteroids and from the vast cloud of dust and gas roaming around in the space much after the sun's formation. Please have a look on an artistic picture displayed on the screen showing landing of water on the earth. Moreover, data has proved that deuterium to hydrogen ratio, these are two gases, of Earth's ocean, Earth's water, is close to water found in asteroids. The Qur'an, besides revealing facts about hydrologic cycle system and its effects on earthly life, also gives very precise information on the landing of water on the earth from the heaven in a myriad quantity, definite quantity to meet the earthly needs. Please note the words of Ayat 18 of Surah Al-Mu'minun in this context. I read it. وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً بِقَدَرٍ فَأَسْكَنَّاهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَإِنَّا عَلَى ذَهَابٍ بِهِ لَقَادِرُونَ. I translate, and we have sent down water from the sky in a myriad amount, definite amount, and settled it in the earth. And indeed, we are able to take it away. So, dear friends, hydrologic or water cycle is one of the divinely recycling system. It begins with evaporation of water from the earth, mainly from oceans, reaching in the troposphere. It condenses into water droplets which are driven by the winds as clouds, and finally it precipitates on the earth as rain. This hydrologic recycling system helps distribution of water throughout the earth to sustain life. Science could know such recycling process of water in the recent times, while the Qur'an has not only revealed hydrologic recycling system but also its prolific necessity for life to exist and sustain, and some other wonderful facts related to water about 1500 years ago. Let us also study some of the verses in this context. Several verses of the Qur'an have revealed the necessity of water for human life as well as for plant life centuries ago. Plant life is propagated through the process of photosynthesis, which depends on sunlight and water together. These are the facts witnessed by science recently. In this regard, some Quranic references are displayed on the screen. Please have a look. However, two verses are quoted here for the convenience of discussion. Ayat 45 of Surah An-Nur says, Allah has created every living creature from water, no distinction, whether it is frog, ant or man. Allah has created every living creature from water, and of them are those that move on their bellies, creep, and of them are those that walk on two legs like the human beings, and of them are those that walk on four legs. Ayat 60 of Surah An-Naml says, listen, translation. Who created the heavens and earth? Question. Who created the heavens and earth? Who sends down water from the sky for you, with which we cause gardens of delight to grow? You have no power to make the trees grow in them. Likewise, several verses of the Qur'an have revealed hydrologic cycle system and its significance for sustainability of human and plant life. Some of them have been referred on the screen. However, Ayat 43 of Surah An-Nur is quoted here for the convenience of discussion. Listen. Do you not see that Allah drives clouds, from east to west, from north to south? Do you not see that Allah drives clouds, then He brings them together, then He makes them into a mass, consolidate, and you see the rain emerge from within it, and He sends down from the sky mountains of clouds within which is hails, and He strikes with it whom He wills, and averts it from whom He wills. The flash of its lightning almost take away the eyesight. Dear friends, another amazing fact that the Quran revealed in the context of hydrologic cycle system is regarding sweet water of rain. Water is mostly evaporated from salty oceans and seas, but when it is returned as rain, it is sweet. In this respect, some Quranic references have been shown on the screen. However, Ayat 68 to 70 of Surah Al-Waqiyah are quoted here, which reveal this fact in the words. Listen. Have you thought about the water that you drink? Is it you who sent it down from the clouds, or are we the sender? If we wished, we could have made it bitter. So, will you not give thanks? So, my dear friends, there is need to give fresh thought whether the divine order has put in place some filtration system in the atmosphere to filter salt from water, or salty water is replaced with fresh water altogether. With this food for thought, we conclude our discussion today. These programs are recorded both in Urdu and English. Their videos can be watched on ideafoundation.com.pk website or its YouTube web channel and Facebook. Their written versions are also available on the Idea Foundation's website, please note code number of this program Idea 2 or 12 or lecture number 173. All friends are requested to subscribe the Foundation's YouTube web channel for the benefit of this noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.